How you doing, Robbie? I hope you're well. My thoughts in regards to Conte's interview. I've had now a few hours to dissect what he said, and it's now very apparent that there was, when initially the interview came out, there's clearly a loss of translation, which I explained in detail in a video I did this morning for Tottenham away. So if you haven't seen it, go and have a look. But go and have a look at it so you can see how I'll break it down part by part. But I think quite a bit got lost in translation, where words that clearly have different meanings in Italian as they do directly to English. There's nothing that he has said that's personally upset me. He said is the truth. There's clearly differences of opinion. And listen, at the end of the day, he's protecting himself because he's under a lot of pressure. You've got to understand, when these defeats have happened post January transfer, he's clearly under a bit of pressure now. And the expectations also, he's trying to manage fans' expectations to what they wish for Conte to achieve, which is going to be a tough ask to make top four. Now with the upcoming fixture coming up with Man City, another difficult tie, he could be even more under pressure depending on the result there. So he's trying to manage expectations. He's a manager that's come from a past at Juventus and Inter where he's explained the players that he wanted, that experienced, ready-made players that were ready to win there and then, and they were suited perfectly for his system. That's the background he's come from. We knew all about Conte. We knew that's how he works. He spends money, but in return for your investment into the players that he wanted, he gives you titles, he gives you trophies. That's it. That's the background that he has. He's now come to Tottenham that have a line of getting players like Kulusevski who can become great, who can become quality. Is a project. So you know, they will become, there's a future prospect to those sort of players. That takes time. He's explained that in many interviews. He's explained it takes time. It's a slow build. Whether we've gone in and got the ready-made players now suitable for his system, the direction to the success or the road where Spurs, us fans particularly, want us to be in is a lot quicker. But you need ready-made players now, and you need to spend to get that. That's not the line that Spurs have, and he's also explained that in the interview that released at Sky Italia. So where I'm at with it all, listen, there's going to be people that look at it and they're not going to be happy that he said what he said. But look, one thing I've got to give him, he's been consistent. Whether one agrees with what he says or not is down to them. But he's been very consistent to what he said. We just now have to concentrate on the football, do the best that we possibly can to the end of the season, and see where we end up at the end of that. It could be a top 6 finish. I don't know, guys. I'm just like you. I'm just frustrated with the whole thing. It is very frustrating because we can't have a manager, an elite manager, and our board that are going line and hand in hand to what it is that they want to achieve. Why was he brought in if we knew already what kind of manager he was, what his demands are to get success immediately, when we are a club that have a different line in what we do compared to what he's used to? I'm not quite sure, guys. There's a lot of questions that for me, from our board particularly, that are just not adding up as to why they brought in Conte if it wasn't going to give them what they wanted, or at least it seems. We have to remain to be. We have to wait to see what happens in summer. But one thing Conte is doing is turning the heat on and on the board and Levy. So if things do not go the way we like, we know straight away as fans we need to look at our board, because if he walks away, there will be the reason, and he's protecting himself in this. So I completely and utterly get it from their point of view. And let's be honest, he's not going to be the one, to be completely responsible as to why he didn't get the players that he wanted, because that is essentially what's made him successful in his previous clubs. And like I said, his return for those investments have always been trophies. Isn't that what we all want?